witches, blessed be. This is White Raven over here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. Today I have some serious spell for you. I'm very excited to be here today and share this with you. Many people is going to judge me for sharing this type of magic with you. I am going to warn you, witches, this type of spell is not for everybody. I'm going to go in depth, yet I'm going to try to keep this video short, but please make sure that you pay attention to everything I say if you decide to do this spell. If you're new to this channel and you are here because of the title of this video, I welcome you. My name is White Raven, and I am here to teach you magic from my perspective. I want to be for you what I wish I had when I started my path, because I know when you start the path of witchcraft, it's confusing, it's weird, you don't know who to listen to, so I'm here. If you like me, I invite you to please do not leave without subscribing to this channel. Hit the notification bell. I am here every Monday. And guys, all of you help me tremendously if you at least just put a little heart in the comments down below. If you put a little witchy emoji, whatever it is that you want to put in there, just do a little something so this video can move and go far into the world of YouTube. The products that I'm going to be using in this spell today are going to be in my website. And there's two products, okay? It's going to be cemetery dirt. And you guys know that this is already in the website. Yeah. The next thing that you are going to need for this spell is going to be this one, which is going to be Intraquil Spirit oil, that is going to be published on the website on Thursday, December 5th, along with the Lost and Away powder that we discussed last week in the video that we did last week. So if you're interested in these products, please make sure to check out the website on Thursday, or you can just check out the website today, whiteravenandwitcheslayer.com, for all your magical endeavors. Also, if you have any questions, that's exactly where you email me. Or you can also message me in my Facebook page, White Raven and Witches Lair. Please, witches, keep your messages short. I am not interested to know the story of your life. If you have a request for a video, that's where you leave it. If you need a spell, I'm going to tell you to come into my channel because I have over 500 videos over here for you, for your magic. All right, so let's talk about what we have for you today. Today, we're going to be talking about a very infamous spirit used in Spanish brujeria. This spirit is called Intraquil Spirit, or Espíritu Intranquilo. And now it is with a big warning that I'm going to share this spell and this information with you today. The Intraquil Spirit is a traditional folk spirit in Puerto Rican and Dominican brujeria, and also you can find it in Mexican curanderismo. It is believed that this is the spirit of a person that had an unnatural death. It could be any person that had any unnatural death, and crossover with a lot of unfinished business. So it's not at peace. Is not at rest. As my friend Sancista brujo Luis called them, this is an astral zombie. So they are out there very restless, uneasy, anxious, and tranquil. If this is a person that perhaps passed away for unnatural causes, maybe a crime, somebody that went to a terrible car accident or any other type of accident, or perhaps this person unalive themselves, when they cross over and they are in the other side, they become an Intraquil spirit. Some people say that these spirits are in the purgatory. Some other people say that these spirits and these beings are in hell. I do not believe in neither one of those places. But the point is that this spirit lives and resides in a liminal space, completely agitated and restless. So how is this spirit used in Spanish brujeria? Well, just because the spirit is restless, it is also used to attack the mind of other people, to agitate other people, to coerce, to command other people. It is a very common, sadly, in love spells. It is the most famous way in which this spirit is used, believe it or not, because you utilize the Intraquil Spirit to compel someone to come back to you. You are going to make somebody feel so restless, so anxious, so terrible for not being with you that this person is going to come back to you. So that's the most popular way in which the Intraquil Spirit is used. Another way to use this Intraquil Spirit is obviously to torment someone, to create emotional turmoil on somebody. And again, this could be an unfaithful partner, a betrayer, it could be a friend, it could be somebody from work, it could be anybody that you want to create some really terrible mental distress. A good way to use the Intraquil Spirit, and a way that I find to be very justified, is in any type of legal matters. You can also use the Intraquil Spirit to take revenge for you, or to aggravate mentally somebody so much that perhaps they drop any type of legal action against you. You can also use the Intraquil Spirit to bind someone, pretty much like in a love spell. But in this particular case, you're going to attack somebody's mind and somebody's emotional state so much using the Intraquil Spirit that the person is going to be in need of you. Therefore, they will never even dare to leave you. Now, these are not very ethical ways to use this Intraquil Spirit. And having said all this, I want to address that this spell is not pretty. This is baneful magic. So if you decide to use this magic, please make sure that you are justified. So one of the dangers of using the Intraquil Spirits in your magic, there's a benefit, okay? There's a benefit to use this spirit. But with that benefit, there's a lot of danger because this spell can definitely backfire on you. I'm going to give you some reasons why this spell could backfire on you. Number one, you do not have clear intentions. Understand that we are going to be hiring this Intraquil Spirit. This is a very dark entity, and you're going to ask this spirit for its help. If you're not direct, precise with what you need, your spell can backfire. So please make sure that when you are doing this, you have a very, very precise instructions. Number two, your emotions are out of whack. So you are doing this in a very terrible emotional state. So you need to cool off whatever it is that you're feeling, sleep it off. And then when you are feeling that you are in your proper state of mind, that's when you're going to do this spell. You do not want to do this spell or any spell that uses the Intraquil Spirit with a crazy state of mind, which is you need to be focused. Number three, a very dangerous game this is. You can overwhelm way too much your target, having this target becoming extremely obsessed with you. And then you have somebody that is so upset that is not going to leave you alone any second of your life. Number four, you're not justified. And this is something that we talk a lot about in every single spells that I share in here with you. You must be justified. And number five, not dismissing, saying bye-bye, the spirit properly. I'm going to teach you how to do it. It's rather simple, but it's something that you need to remember. So on the same token, how do you avoid this from backfiring? Have clear intentions, be justified, avoid overusing this spirit for stupid stuff, witches. And this is very serious. Number four, don't be disrespectful to this spirit. Do not be taunting these spirits. Do not be thinking that you are the boss and you can just bust this spirit around. You must be very respectful. And last, witches, properly dismiss. You must dismiss this spirit once you're done with your magic. So having said all this, you're probably thinking, it's like, why will we be using this spirit for anything? Well, this spirit, if used properly and if you understand what you're doing, you can use it towards your benefit. I'm going to show you some examples of who this spell is for. I think one of the most justified ways for you to use this Intraquil Spirit is when you have a husband that like to, look outside the home and you want to punish him or her. I mean, it doesn't have to be a husband, a partner. You have a partner that likes to look around outside of the home and you want to punish these partners to make sure, scare this partner out of that habit. So that partner stop looking around and they stay at home where they're supposed to be. And we're not obligating anybody to stay with you, What I'm trying to say is, if you have somebody that, even though it's you, it's always in the street, there's so many partners like that. I mean, they can bring illnesses to the house. They can do so many things by straying outside of the marriage. So in this particular case, which is, you can use the Intraquil Spirit to scare that person, so much so that whenever that person thinks about straying away from you, it's going to say no. Another way that I think is justified for you to use this spirit is when somebody leaves based on a misunderstanding and you need to coerce that person to come back to you so you guys can make up. So to me, that's another justified way. Of course, if you have somebody that has cheated on you and you want to inflict some pain, then you use this spirit. Make sure you justify which, okay? If you do it for that reason. Another justified way for you to use the Intraquil Spirit will be on a legal matter. Particularly if it's not justified and it's uncalled for, somebody suing you or somebody's taking you to court for things that are not justified. Using the Intraquil Spirit will be a justified spell. Now, which is the spell that we have today, is going to be a spell using the Intraquil Spirit to coerce a lover to come back to you. Now, which is, I want to bring something to your attention. If this is your case and if this is what you're going to do, make sure of a few things. Make sure that if the person comes back, you can keep the relationship. Make sure that the person is not coming to an ugly environment. Work with the relationship. If the person left in the first place for a specific reason, you must work on your relationship. You can also sustain that relationship. You can do honey jars, you can do sugar jars, you can do happy home spells and things like that to enforce your relationship. And last, which is, make sure that you really want your partner back. There are two things that are really important and I want to stress before I teach you the spell and before I go into the spell. Number one, while you're doing this magic, you cannot contact or see your target. You cannot reach out, you cannot call, you cannot go see, you can't have any type of contact with this person. All right? That's number one. And number two, this is magic, which is, just because you do a spell does not mean it's going to work. Magic works and magic does not work. So please be aware of this. And actually, let me add one more thing. Choose your bottles, witches. Choose your bottles, okay? If you do your magic, know when to stop. I want to show you this little book. This is the Intraquil Spirit by Talia Felix. Some of the inspiration for the spell today is from this book, and some other stuff is my own research. This is a book that you can read if you're interested in knowing more about the Intraquil Spirit, or if you want to learn some other spells with the Intraquil Spirit. This is a great book, the Intraquil Spirit by Talia Felix. My friend Sancista Brujo Luis also have a great video on the Intraquil Spirit. I'm going to link it in the description of the video, so please make sure to also watch it. Without further ado, witches, and with a big warning, let's get into the spell. All right, witches, so let's start by discussing the things that we are going to need. We're going to need a pipette or pipette, a dropper, okay? Now, I'm not doing this for anybody, but you're going to need the picture of the person. Let me repeat this. This is all you're going to need. You need the picture of the person. That is going to be your link, the picture of the person, okay? And I stress this because a lot of people tell me, I don't have a picture of the person, which is, you need the picture of the person. If you don't have the picture, that's a sign that the universe is telling you, don't do this spell. We're going to need Intraquil Spirit oil. The next thing that you're going to need, cemetery dirt. You are going to need, which is a coffin nail. Okay, I have this in my website, a coffin nail. You're going to need a 7-day candle. All right, and this is the Intraquil Spirit candle, 7-day candle. Do you have to have this one? They sell these ones in the Botanica. I actually make this one myself. I just print the label. So if you're able to print the label, you need the image of the omnipresence of God. That is the typical image that they use for the Intraquil Spirit spells. Otherwise, you just need a red 7-day candle. Now, before we start the spell, this is something that I will tell you. It's up to you how long you want to be working with the Intraquil Spirit. Now, this is something that you can do. You can do the spell the one time and just be done. All right. And I'm going to teach you how to say goodbye and how to dismiss the Intraquil Spirit. Just do it one time, send your petition out there, close everything, and be done. If you feel like you're able to do this for 7 days, then you're going to grab your 7-day candle and you're going to repeat the ritual 7 days. Okay. Or lastly, and that is entirely up to you, especially if you're not afraid of spirits and you're confident in what you're doing, what you are going to do, you are going to perform this magic until the magic yields the results that you want. Now, having said that, we have to keep in consideration that we're not going to be using this spirit forever because, trust me, witches, then you could create attachments. So decide what is a good amount of time for you to do this ritual. Be the judge of what you need to do. This is your magic, adapted to your needs and adapted to what it feels smart to you. All right, so what are we going to do, witches? You have the picture of your person, your lover, that straight away, and you need to call this person back to you. That's the person is in here. We are going to have the 7-day candle. And with our nail, we're going to make little holes on the side. With the coffee nail, we're going to make 4 holes. They don't have to be so deep, okay, this is the classic coffee nail. A lot of people use different type of coffee nails, but this is your classic coffee nail. So you're going to make those 4 holes. Perfect. One more. All right, witches. Had the 4 holes in there. Now we're going to get our pipette and we're going to get our oil. And we are going to add some oil into every single hole. Witches, you don't have to drench the candle because I don't want you to drown your candle. You just need a little bit, okay? The next thing that we're going to do, we're going to add the cemetery dirt. And remember, this is dirt, witches, so this will snuff your candle. So just make sure that it's just a tiny little sprinkle of cemetery dirt. Talia Felix in her book speaks about dirt from the tomb of a young girl. I don't work with the specific dead from the cemetery. My cemetery dirt is from the premises of the cemetery, and I feel comfortable, and it always works perfectly well for me. Okay, witches, let's focus. Light your candle up, and let's make our chant. Oh, Intraquil Spirit, you that are in the shadows, you who neither rest nor find peace, I call upon you. I invoke you to help me with my desires. Go wherever so-and-so is and bring them back to me. Make them restless, uneasy, and tormented until they come to me, humble and full of love. Let them have no peace, no comfort, and no joy until they're with me, thinking only of me. By the power of God and by the intercession of the Virgin Mary and by the force of the spirits who wandered the earth, I command you to act in my favor. So mote it be. Which is, you're gonna let this burn as long as you need to let this burn. Take the time to do this spell and take the time to put all your energy, your focus, and your clear intentions into your spell. Last, witches, make sure that you snuff this candle with a candle snuffer. Do not blow on this candle. This may be a sign of disrespect to the Intraquil Spirit. So use your snuffer to snuff your candle. From the bottom of my heart, witches, I wish you the best. That was a pretty easy ritual, witches. The only thing that you have to be aware that as easy as that was, you are working with a very hardcore spirit. Okay, so how do we release this spirit? When we're done, whatever time you take to do this spell, when you are done, you are going to take your remnants far away from you. You do not want to throw this in your house trash can. You want to go far away from you to dispose of these remnants and to release the Intraquil Spirit. You go to a place where you are at peace and quiet. You're going to put the remnants in the ground, and this is the little chant that you are going to do. Spirit restless, Spirit bold, your task is done. As I foretold, I release you now back to your place. Depart in peace. Leave no trace. With gratitude, I set you free. Return to the realm where you should be. And that's the chant that you are going to do to release the spirit. I suggest that if you can, burn some incense, like for example, myrrh and frankincense. You'll be able to find a little stick of myrrh and frankincense in my website or online or in botanicas everywhere. I also suggest for you to leave an offering. Number one will be a glass with water. You can also leave pennies, you can leave tobacco, you can leave flowers, or if you feel moved to leave any type of specific offering, that's what you will do. And you're going to leave this far away from you, and you're going to turn around and do not look back, which is your magic is done. Leave it be. And that's it, which is, if you like this video, do not leave without subscribing and leave a comment down below. Go visit me in Facebook. Let's be friends. I would love to have you in my coven, White Raven and Witches Lair. And if you need to email me, go to my website, whiteravenandwitcheslair.com. Witches, I suggest that you do some research when it comes to the Intraquil Spirit if you want to work with it. You can also check Talia Felix's book, The Intraquil Spirit. This is a great little booklet that can give you some additional information. Also, check out the description of the video because I'm going to leave the link for my friend Sancista Brujo Luis video on the Intraquil Spirit as well, which is, I love being here with you every single Monday. I hope you enjoy this spell. I hope that you learn a little bit. Remember that you have to study and learn and research because knowledge is power. This gives you power, but with all this power, you need to discern, right? You need to know, should I do this? Maybe not. And this is how you stay wicked. I'll see you Monday. Bye.